Good evening everyone and welcome to the 6th edition of the Publishing Next Industry Awards. These awards were instituted in 2014 under the aegis of the Publishing Next Conference to recognize and reward the talent, initiative, entrepreneurial zeal and untiring efforts of publishers, big, small and independent, and those of allied professionals. Today we are going to declare the winners in 9 categories. When we started in February, we had initially announced 14 categories, but due to certain conditions not being met, we had to eliminate 4 categories and merge 2 others into one. Those 4 categories, by the way, are the Bookstore of the Year, Graphic Book of the Year, Editor of the Year and Illustrator of the Year. And the 2 that we merged were Children's Publisher of the Year and Publisher of the Year. So we made them into one category. Applications for the awards were invited from publishers across the country, irrespective of the language that they published in. The only criteria being that they have to be based in India. Applicants were also asked to dwell on their achievements during the period of January 2018 to April 2019 while choosing their submissions. Before we proceed, I would like to thank all of publishers who applied in the various categories and members of the jury who, despite their own schedules, evaluated the many applications. We'll be putting the jury list on the website along with the results. And we have not had time to have this conversation, but I would really like more publishers to apply for the awards, especially because otherwise we have to cancel the entire category. So let's start. We'll begin with the first category, Book Cover of the Year English. This award seeks to reward good cover design and the ability of the designer to adequately exploit the visual medium to convey the soul of the book and push the boundaries on book cover design. It takes into account not just the illustrations and typography employed on the front cover, rather the design of the entire cover, including that of its spine and back. The award in this and the next 2 categories is presented to the cover designer and not to the publisher of the book. So the shortlisted entries are Sukruti Anna Stanley for her design for the cover of Clone, published by Zuban. The book is a dystopian science fiction novel that weaves the tale of a 14th century clone in 24th century India. Amit Malhotra and Samia Arif for their cover of Hijabistan, published by HarperCollins Publishers India Limited. The book is a collection of short stories. Pinaki De for his cover of Mushtaq Hussein's Darbari, published by Yoda Press. The book has been described as one of the most essential, controversial and hard-hitting book of poems of our time. Again, Sukruti Anna Stanley for her cover of The Empty Room, a moving portrait of life in Karachi at a pivotal moment in the nation's history, published by Zuban. And finally, Sanandini Banerjee for her cover of The Salt Doll, published by Women Unlimited. The book is a sophisticated tale of one woman's life journey, her struggles, her loves, and her losses. I request Manisha Chaudhary to please come forward to present this award. So here's the thing. There might not be people to receive these awards. So if you have a friend or if you know the publishing house, please come forward, because we are calling people to present them and it might be no one is there to accept.
You can receive it on behalf.
You can receive it on their behalf.
That's good.
The runner-up for the Publishing Next Industry Award for Book Cover of the Year, English 2019, is awarded to Sukriti Anna Stanley for her cover of The Empty Room, published by Zuban.
Penguin,
This is for Ubushi. Wait, it's going to
The Publishing Next Industry Award for Book Cover of the Year 2019 is awarded to Pinaki Dey for his cover of Mushtaq Hussein's Darbari, published by Yoda Press. That is just cover. They are outside now.
Are they?
Yeah, Okay. This is the second time Pinaki Dey is actually winning this award. He also won the award for a book that was published by Pan Macmillan 2 years back. The citation reads that the award is presented for a cover image that cannot be ignored. While the design itself is clean and straightforward, there is something about the collective effect of the visual and words that one cannot put a finger on. The success of this cover lies in its ability to provoke and focus attention on the visceral quality of the book's content. We next continue with the award for Book Cover of the Year. Sorry, Book Cover of the Year for children's books.
Is Manisha giving the next award?
Yeah, she's giving the next. I'll tell you when. The shortlisted entries are Suvidha Mistry for her cover of A Very Naughty Bear, a heartwarming collection of short stories set in Bhutan, published by Scholastic India. Ishan for his cover of Bundi, an Indian fairy tale, also published by Scholastic India. The picture book is inspired by India's exciting history of kings and princesses, forts and wars. Junaid Khan for his cover of The Hidden Children, The Lost Grimoire, published by Two Ravens Publishing, a young adult fantasy novel about a girl who wants to speak to butterflies. Devangana Das for the cover for a book she wrote herself, The Jungle Radio, Bird Songs of India, published by Penguin Random House India. The book is a lushly illustrated picture book that celebrates the rich variety of birds found in Indian forests and their sounds. And finally, Sandhya Prabhat and Devangana Das for the cover of Twice Upon a Time, also published by Penguin Random House India, the story of Princess Kia and the tomboyish Naila. So the runner-up for Publishing Next Industry Award for Book Cover of the Year Children's Books is awarded to Devangana Das for a cover of The Jungle Radio, Bird Songs of India, published by Penguin Random House India. And the Publishing Next Industry Award for Book of the Year Children's Books 2019 is awarded to Suvidha Mistry for a cover of the book A Very Naughty Bear, published by Scholastic India. Okay. So you can take it from the time. You're presenting The The citation reads that the award is presented for a cover that is simple yet effectively fits into the children's books genre through very sweet character design. It is refreshing to see minimal interference of digital art in design for once. The cover's clean and simple design is very effective in communicating itself to its target audience. And the final category in the covers is the book cover of the year, Indian languages. The shortlisted entries are Vicky Arya for the cover of Angan Mein Ek Ped, a collection of Hindi poems published by Yatra Books. Shoaib Shahid for his cover of Gachar Gochar, published by Vani Prakashan, the Hindi translation of the critically acclaimed Kannada novel. Shiraz Hussain for his cover of Kissa Kissa Lucknow, published by Sartak Prakashan, an imprint of Rajkamal Prakashan. The book is a collection of short stories set in Lucknow. Rohini Mani, last year's winner in this category by the way, for design of the cover for, okay, I'll get this wrong, Punagaikum Prapanjam, a collection of Kapil's songs and poems, published by Kalachuvadu Publications. And lastly, Anil Ahuja for his cover of Raag Pahadi, a rich panoramic historical novel published by Rajkamal Prakashan. The runner-up for the Publishing Next Industry Award for Book Cover of the Year, Children's Books, Indian languages, is Shoaib Shahid for his cover of Gachar Gochar, published by Vani Prakashan. Yeah. The Publishing Next Industry Award for Book of the Year, Indian Languages 2019 is awarded to Anil Ahuja for his cover of Raag Pahadi, published by Rajkamal Prakash.
Could I take it?
Please.
He's a friend.
Yeah.
अनिल आएगा तो करेंगे.
Thank you, Ravi.
The citation for the winner says that the award is presented for a cover that is brilliantly understated and simple. It retains a seriousness while adding an elegance and depth that the subject deserves. There is a respect in the choice of restrained tones fitting for the book. Thank you, Manisha. We now begin with the awards for the printed books category. We begin with Illustrated Book of the Year 2019. The aim of this category, as it is of the next four after this, is to recognize the efforts of publishers towards developing a printed book that pushes the boundaries of editorial design and technical excellence, making use of available technology to create a book that enriches its genre. The award focuses equally on the design and production aspects of the book rather than solely on its content. The nominees in alphabetical order for Illustrated Book of the Year 2019 are At Home in the World, The Art and Life of Ghulam Mohammad Sheikh, published by Tulika Books in association with Vadera Art Gallery. The book is a definitive on the art and life of eminent artist Gul Mohammad Sheikh. Ghulam Mohammad Sheikh, sorry. Calcutta Then, Kolkata Now, published by Rowley Books, a book documenting the past and the present of this magnificent city. Glorious Hotels of India, also published by Rowley Books, a documentation of the 40 glorious hotels that represented Indian hospitality and culture. Picturesque India, a journey in early picture postcards, 1896 to 1947, published by Niyogi Books, a painstakingly curated book on picture postcards of India. Vivan Sundaram is not a photographer. The photographic work of Vivan Sundaram, published by Tulika Books, a study of the photographic in the work of Indian artist Vivan Sundaram. To present this award, I call upon Arshia Satar of Sangam House. The runner-up for the Publishing Next Industry Award for Illustrated Book of the Year 2019 is awarded to Calcutta Then, Calcutta Now, published by Rowley Books.
Would someone like to collect it for Rowley?
Or would someone just like to collect it?
Leo, you take this one. I think I will have to buy it for from his post.
The Publishing Next Industry Award for Illustrated Book of the Year 2019 is awarded to Vivan Sundaram is not a photographer. The photographic work of Vivan Sundaram, published by Tulika Books.
Go, Vasanta, go.
Because you're here and it's Tulika, really. Come on.
The citation reads that the award is presented for an excellent addition to books on photography produced in India. The book is a serious dialogue on the art and craft and the boundaries to which it can be stretched. The choice of paper makes it easier to connect with the artwork, the life depicted in the photographs, and the dynamics between the photographer, the photograph, and the various layers in between. The text is well edited and the page layout is splendid. Next we have the award for Printed Book of the Year Indian Languages 2019. The shortlisted submissions in alphabetical order are Angan Mein Ek Ped, collection of Hindi poems published by Yatra Books. Badalta Gaon, Badalta Dehat, published by Oxford University Press, an ethnographic study of the village of Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh. M.F. Hussain, Kala Ka Karmyogi, published by Niyogi Books, a book that with nearly 180 photographs of Hussain provides more than a glimpse into the artist's amazing life. Wo Jo Hain, published by HarperCollins India, in which the author Meghna Gulzar presents an intimate portrait of her father. And finally, Zora Sehgal, Feti, also by Niyogi Books, a biography of Zora Sehgal penned by her daughter Kiran Sehgal. The runner-up for Publishing Next Industry Award for Illustrated Book of the Printed Book of the Year Indian Languages 2019 is awarded to Angan Mein Ek Ped, collection of Hindi poems published by Yatra Books.
I'll take it. I find that difference. I know.
And the Publishing Next Industry Award for Printed Book, Indian Languages 2019 is awarded to Emma Hussain, Kala Ka Karmiyogi, published by Duckbill Books.
Oh, that way, sorry. I can give it to you. Okay, that's fine. Oh, sorry.
The citation for the winner reads that the award is presented for a book that does justice to the subject through the use of well-crafted and perfectly executed design. Thank you, Arsha. Yeah. Okay, I next presenter is missing CP is left. CP has left. While in the past we used to have just one award for Printed Children's Book of the Year, it was noticed that chapter books almost always lost out to illustrated books when they were in the same consideration pile. So this year we took the step to have two categories, one for children up to the age of 8 and the other for children older than 8. So on to the first of these categories, Printed Children's Book of the Year 0 to 8, 2019. The shortlisted submissions in alphabetical order are In My Heart, published by Penguin Random House India, a picture book that the publishers describe as one on love, on family, on acceptance, and on celebrating diversity. Nani's Walk to the Park, published by Pratham Books, a peek into the special bond between a grandmother and her grandson. Neil on Wheels, published by Duckbill Books, narrated from the perspective of a younger brother who adores his older brother. Red, published by Tulika Publishers, an attractive picture book about the terrible times we live in. Soda and Bonda, also published by Tulika Publishers. This delightful picture book takes a funny, tender look at identity and friendship. I call upon Mandira Sen to present the next few awards. The runner-up for the Publishing Next Industry Award for Printed Children's Book of the Year 0 to 8, 2019 is shared by two books. In My Heart, published by Penguin Random House, and Soda and Bonda, published by Tulika Publishers. Publishing Next Industry Award for Printed Children's Book of the Year 0 to 8 2019 is awarded to Nani's Walk in the Park, published by Duckbill Books. The citation for the winner reads that the award is presented for a book that carries many worlds within it. Quiet and noisy, rich and poor. Its beautiful, detailed illustrations are in fact an exuberant celebration of the diversity we often fail to notice. Gorgeously produced, its sheer size communicates the vastness of every neighborhood. Nani's Walk to the Park is as much for the eyes as for the soul. The next category, Printed Children's Book of the Year, ages 8 plus, 2019. And we have the following shortlisted books. All of Me, published by HarperCollins India. The remarkable tale of an 11-year-old boy with a family of multiple personalities in his head. Marcher Joel, published by Pickle Yoke Books. A sensitive narrative of a young boy's love for his ailing father. Spreading Your Wings, published by Zuban, described by the publishers as a health informic for girls of all ages. The Lies We Tell, published by Duckbill Books, a book that explores the secret lives, fears and anxieties of teenagers. And finally, Year of the Weeds, also published by Duckbill Books, a teen novel based on the Niyamgiri protest against the acquisition of tribal lands by a large mining corporation. The runner-up for the Publishing Next Industry Award for Printed Children's Book of the Year, ages 8 plus, is awarded to Spreading Your Wings, published by Zuban.
Please count once. Please count so that it can go together.
Can't abandon your friend now.
Please be careful.
The Publishing Next Industry Award for Printed Children's Book of the Year, ages 8 plus, is awarded to Marcher Joel, published by Pickle Yoke Books.
Roman, please stop. Most happy. And be careful, be careful.
The citation reads that the award is presented for a book whose each spread is thoughtfully presented and in which the text and visuals complement each other beautifully. The illustrations are detailed and it is easy to see that much effort has been taken over them. The final category in the printed books categories is Printed Book of the Year 2019. And we have the following shortlisted books. A Respectable Woman, published by Zuban, in which the author deals with the history of her beloved city, Kohima, looking at key moments in its history. Across the Universe, The Beatles in India, published by Penguin Random House, India, a celebration of and a tribute to the Beatles. Clone, published by Zuban, a story about a clone who, unlike all the other clones in the future where she lives, finds that she has a memory. Gandhi, The Years That Changed the World, published by Penguin Random House India, a book that tells the story of Gandhi's life from his departure from South Africa to his assassination in 1948. And And finally, The Empty Room, published by Zuban, a lyrical exploration of the intimacies of a loveless marriage set against the larger politics of Pakistan. The runner-up for Publishing Next Industry Award for Printed Book of the Year 2019 is awarded to Across the Universe, The Beatles in India, published by Penguin Random House.
Robin, go out. And give her the good news.
The Publishing Next Industry Award for Printed Book of the Year 2019 is awarded to A Respectable Woman, published by Zuban.
I just change jobs now.
The citation for the winner reads that the award is presented for an exquisitely produced book with a splendid cover that reflects the restraint and stark beauty that is associated with Miss Kiray's writing and a meticulously designed interior. Thank you, Mandira. Our 9th and final and much anticipated category is Publisher of the Year 2019. This award recognizes an outstanding publishing company that has set a benchmark for excellence in publishing. Entities applying for this award were asked to demonstrate a high level of publishing excellence, whether in content curated for publishing, quality of editing, or quality of design. They were also asked to provide examples of innovation, whether in production or in marketing and sales, and were evaluated for marketing success commensurate with the size of the publishing company. The shortlisted publishers in alphabetical order are B Books. Established in 2014, the primary area of focus of this Calcutta-based company is contemporary fiction, non-fiction, innovative illustrated titles, and translations into the Indian language, into English. Duckbill Books, set up in 2012 by Anushka Ravishankar and Sayoni Basu, Duckbill is an independent publishing house that publishes printed books and e-books for children and teenagers. HarperCollins Publishers India, which is now in its 27th year, publishes approximately 200 new books every year, with a print and digital catalog of more than 2,000 titles across 10 imprints. Neogi Books. This publishing house, established in 2005, has entered publishing with large format, highly researched illustrated books. This January, it launched 3 new imprints for fiction, translations, and non-illustrated non-fiction. And the 5th one, Pickle Your Books, which was established in 2014, publishes children's picture books and is proud of its small but diverse, intelligent, and eclectic list. I call upon Sudhanva to present this award. The runner-up for Publishing Next Industry Award for Publisher of the Year 2019 is HarperCollins Publishers India.
Yeah.
The winner, the Publishing Next Industry Award for Publisher of the Year 2019 is awarded to Duckbill Books.
Yeah, I'll take it. But you can come and
Come, friends. I know, seriously.
see you all.
Two women won the prize, one man goes to take it. How typical.
Sorry, what?
The citation reads that the award is presented to Duckbill Books for engaging with relevant topics to which children of our time need exposure, for consciously moving away for the pedantic model in children's publishing, and for helping create models in children's minds that promote an ability to differentiate various kinds of information, for clearly defined publishing aims, for choices in terms of content and approach that are very well aligned, and for the twin effort to both anchor in the familiar and extend into new areas. So with this we conclude the awards. Thank you very much for coming to receive them on behalf of other publishers and winners. And one time again, please consider applying for these awards, because the more the larger the field, I think the awards also mean much more to the eventual winner. So with this we conclude today's evening evening's proceedings.
No, we conclude the awards. I need 5 minutes.
So there are bags for the awards that you can carry back. We'll just put them out. So please come and take it so you can carry it nicely. The other thing that I wanted to say is that this beautiful conference that is organized each time is organized by a very, very small team of young people. And I'd like to call them on stage so that we know who they are and we can clap for them. So could I please request the Cinnamon team to come onto the stage here so that everybody sees who are the people who put this together. Come, bring her also. Bring her. She has also participated. Be careful. Come. Don't be shy. As you know, as you can see, this is the shyest team you'll ever find anywhere, including their leaders, the founders. Come onto the stage, please. I'd like them to introduce themselves.
I am Felony Fernandez.
I am Arvind Pinto. Hello everyone, I am Pankaj Mali. Hello, I am Moses Joseph.
I am Francie Mascarenas.
I'd also like to thank the Xavier students who've been here recording as they do. Almost every conference of ours has been recorded by them. Thank you all. Where is your thank you all for being here, for doing an excellent job for us. Moses has been, of course, those of us who have been to Publishing Next in earlier editions. I've met Moses at the airport. This year he wasn't there. But he has been to he's been with us at every Publishing Next right from 2011. So a big hand to you, because he makes it so much easier to get things going. Thank you all so much.